Hello, fellow Canadians. I'm here to talk about Canadian films. I'm on IMDb here looking at the top 200 Canadian films. Welcome. Number 1, Hiawatha from 1903. Haven't seen it. Number 2, Evangeline from 1914. Haven't seen it. Number 3, Back to God's Country, 1919. Haven't seen it either. Let's scroll down the list, shall we? Number 4, Carry On Sergeant from 1928. Haven't seen it either. Number 5, Lest We Forget, 1935. Haven't seen it either. Number 6, Dots, 1940. Haven't seen it either. Number 7, The Gates of Italy, 1943. Haven't seen it either. Let's scroll down the list further, shall we? Number 8, Begone, Dull Care, 1949. What do you think? Number 9, Les Cœurs de Village, 1949. I mean, do you even need an answer on that? Number 10, City of Gold, 1957. I've seen City of God before. Let's scroll down a bit, shall we? Number 11, Lonely Boy, 1963. Number 12, Pour la suite de Monde. I don't speak parlez-vous français, but 1963, 8.5. And this is a documentary. That's a high rating. If you're not drinking red, you might as well be dead. Happy Canada Day. Number 13. Oh, no, I got that one. Number 13, Drylanders, 1963. Haven't seen it. Number 14, Nobody Waved Goodbye, 1964. Haven't seen it. 15, Cat in the Sack. Well, I got a cat. She's not quite in the sack yet, but maybe we'll get there. Number 15, Cat in the Sack, 1964. Have not seen this drama. Number 16, The Luck of Ginger. Kofi. Coffee? 1964. Haven't seen it. I feel like we're getting to something that I have seen. Mind you, I haven't looked at this list ahead of time. This is a impromptu, important video. This is absolutely mandatory. We're not cutting corners on this day, I tell you. This is Canada Day. Well, depends on when I upload this video, so I better make it quick. It's 10 o'clock at night, darn God, dog it. 17, Wavelength, 1967. Haven't seen it. Number 18, Les Régulons du Jour, 1967. Have not seen this documentary. Number 19, Pas de douze, do, de, ou, un, deux, trois, deux, 1960, oui, 1968. Have not seen this G-rated 13-minute long animated short. That happens to be a musical too, I guess. Number 20, A Married Couple, 1969. No. 21, Bambi Meets Godzilla. Now I want to see this movie. It's 2 minutes long, animation, short, comedy. Now I want to see this. Bambi Meets Godzilla. That's a crossover I've been waiting for. 22, Going Down the Road, 1970. R-rated 90-minute drama. Wow, that's 7.2. That might actually be a good movie. Number 23, The Heart of London. Hey! London, Ontario, nice. A surreal sequence of images of nature and London, Ontario, life and death. 80-minute mystery. The Heart is spelled H-A-R-T. 1970. 6.8. On IMDb. Not too shabby. Yeah. Let's scroll down a bit, shall we? Number 24, Mon Oncle Antoine, 1971. No. 25, La Région Centrale. Maybe the E's silent. 1971, haven't seen it. Documentary, no. 26, Sweet Movie. It's a comedy, so maybe it is sweet. 1974, no. No bueno. No bueno yet, guys. I'm screwing up. Oh! We got one here. Okay. Number 27, Hors d'oeuvres. 1974, 8.2. Wow. On IMDb here. Drama, history, a fact-based account of ordinary citizens who find themselves arrested and imprisoned without charge for weeks during the October crisis in 1970. Le Québécois. Well, that actually sounds interesting. You know, so some of these movies on here, I'm happy I decided to check some of these out because, like I said before, this was just an impromptu video because, as you can tell, I'm drinking? Is that the word? Drinking? Somebody stop me. Number 28. The Apprenticeship of Duddy Kravitz. Duddy Kravitz? Don't care. Comedy, 6.8. That might be good. Hey, it's got Randy Quaid, Jack Warden. I just saw. Oh, Richard Dreyfuss too. Okay, nice. Yeah, that's pretty good cast. Canadian movie. They might have my eye with that one. Okay, so the first movie I finally seen on here. Number 29, Black Christmas, 1974. During their Christmas break, a group of sorority girls are stalked by a stranger. Ooh. Bob Clark directed this. If I remember, I think Bob Clark directed A Christmas Story. Now, I might just be dead wrong about that. Watch me be dead wrong about that. Watch me be dead wrong about that. Oh my god, I'm right. Oh my god, I can't believe it. He's the director of A Christmas Story and Porky's. Oh my god, and Baby Geniuses. Is he dead yet? Okay, yeah, so rest in peace, Bob Clark. But you made Baby Geniuses, though. Well, it's not Super Baby Geniuses. They're the sequel to it. Oh, God. I hope he didn't see that sequel. I hope he didn't direct it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Moving on. Number 30, Dead of Night, 1974. Haven't seen it. 31, Shivers, 1975. Haven't seen it. 32, Breath, Light, Birth, 1975. No bueno. 33, Barbara is a Vision of Loveliness. That sounds very pretentious for a short film. 1976, not bothering with that. Another short. I'm done with these shorts, man. They don't even have descriptions. Forget about it. We're skipping to number 36, The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane. I've heard of this movie because it's got Jodie Foster, Martin Sheen. Haven't seen it, though. Haven't seen it. This sounds like an interesting one. 7.1 on IMDb. Twin Peaks references this, actually. They have a quote in Twin Peaks, the newest season, that references this movie. The little girl. Do you want to hear the story about is this the story of the little girl who lives down the lane? I remember I heard about this movie through that quote from Twin Peaks, so that's how I'm familiar with this. 13-year-old Ryan Jacobs, I don't know how you pronounce her name, lives alone in a high-class Quebec small town, but unknown to the neighbors, she is leading a secret and dangerous life. I'd want to see that movie, especially since David Lynch seems to really appreciate it. So I'd be wanting to check that out. 37, Rabid, 1977. No, this is a Cronenberg movie, though. I haven't seen it. Probably one of his early ones, from what I gathered. Maybe even his first movie. I don't know. But taste for human blood. Young woman develops a taste. Bloodthirsty zombies leading to a citywide epidemic. Oh, that might be a good movie. A horror sci-fi movie. 91 minutes. Nice and short too. In and out. I like it. Another short film. We're skipping that. 39. The Brood. R-rated. 92-minute horror sci-fi. Another Cronenberg movie. Haven't seen that one yet. But yeah, that's early on in his career. The Art of Worldly Wisdom. 55. So that's a short. Number 41, Les Bons de Bardiaz, 1980, 8.1. Wow. Woman is overwhelmed with having to deal with her emotionally unstable daughter, mentally challenged brother, and two suitors while simultaneously trying to run her small fired wood business. That sounds not too bad. Another short film here. We got number 43, The Changeling, with George C. Scott. Oh, wow, I'm interested already. 7.2 on not Rotten Tomatoes, IMDb. Good rating. A man staying at a secluded historical mansion finds himself being haunted by the presence of a specter. And it's got George C. Scott, I presume, in the lead, because his is the first name that pops up. So yeah, that's a film that definitely intrigues me. Finally, we're getting to one that I've seen. Skipping past another short here. Number 45, Scanners. Finally, a Cronenberg movie that I've actually seen. Third time's a charm, I guess. Scanners. Love this movie. This is a wonderful movie. Creepy movie, I'd say. Like, I find the... They have this sort of like telekinetic or whatever, what is it, telekinesis or psychic power, psychic battle at the end of the movie that is very brutal and very harrowing, and I always found that scene to be deeply disturbing. Everybody references the sort of head explosion that's been popularized. And I honestly think the ending is really what made this movie memorable to me. I mean, I love the head explosion, just like everybody, I presume, but yeah, the ending to this film in particular always stuck with me. That's the main thing that's stuck with me about this film. I think it's a fine film overall, but I think and it might be underrated to a certain extent. It's got only a 6.8 here on IMDb, and I'm kind of shocked by that. I figured it would have at least been 7.3, like at least 0.5 like higher, I guess, on the IMDb scale that they use here. But whatever, you know, that's still a fair score, I'd say. 6.8. That's pretty much a 7 out of 10, and I'd say that I'd give this film around maybe a 8 or a 9 out of 10. I really like this film a lot. It's not perfect by any means. I think David Cronenberg was still developing as a filmmaker. I'd be curious to see his movies before this, like the ones I mentioned previously. I presume those are the only two, and this was probably his third one out there, his home run, if you will. But yeah, I like Cronenberg a lot, and we'll probably get to a few other of his films here. So we're skipping past another short here into number 47, Presence, 1981. This doesn't even have a genre, it just says it's an experimental movie about the present around the world in relation to ours. I have not seen this movie, but that sounds pretentious, but I don't know. There's not enough about this movie. It's directed by Michael Snow. I don't know who the hell that is, but he sounds like a cocaine addict. Number 48, Heavy Metal, 1981. I've seen this movie when I was way too young to have seen this movie, but I do remember seeing this movie, and I literally don't remember much about it. Is this like the Naked Animation movie? I think it is, because it's R-rated, 86 minutes, animation, adventure, fantasy. Yeah, I get flashes of this movie from time to time, and I remember watching it once as a kid, but I literally can't sustain anything that happened from the movie. Because this movie, if I watch it now, for instance, it strikes me as one of those movies that was probably made at the time where, you know, they were a very big fan of acid. So this strikes me as a movie that you'd want to be extremely in the clouds to appreciate. Moving on, number 49. 49, is that a number? Yeah, 49. Illuminated Texts. Ooh, this is ahead of its time. 1982, 8.2 on IMDb. It's a mystery. 180 minutes. Forget about it. I ain't watching this. A montage provides a meditation on opposing extremes and the inevitability of destruction. With only 28 votes, I don't really buy into that 8.2. They've kind of stopped me dead in my tracks there. Number 50, though. Wow, this kind of looks intriguing to me for some reason. Maybe because of the poster, I guess. But number 50 is The Gray Fox from 1982. This is a biography, drama, romance when an aging but gentlemanly stagecoach robber is released from prison. He decides to go to Canada to become a train robber. That sounds cool, man. That sounds cool. And that poster looks very old-timey and very... I presume this it's a biography too, so I presume this is based off of true events to a certain extent, you know? So yeah, I'm interested in seeing this movie called The Gray Fox. Yeah. I'm happy I checked these movies out because I never thought to, but, you know, hey, might as well give things a shot. Actually, you know what? No, let's keep it up. I've done it for so long now that if I take it off, people would be like, what are you doing, John? Number 51, The Dead Zone, with Christopher Walken, another movie from Cronenberg. Yeah, I've definitely seen this movie. I don't remember much about it, but, you know, I do like Christopher Walken. And, yeah, I remember being fond towards the movie. I'd probably agree. If I rewatched the movie, I could see myself agreeing very much with that 7.2 rating. I think this is a fine movie, but, you know, just the fact that I don't really remember it too much. Even as a kid, you know, as a kid I watched RoboCop, right? And that movie stuck in my mind. Literally after just seeing RoboCop once, it was like imprinted into my mind, whereas this film is just like, I saw it once as a kid and I'm just like, eh. But, you know, it'd be one of those movies again, especially from Cronenberg and Christopher Walken too. I like both of those guys, so I might give this a rewatch at some point, because I presume this is a Stephen King adaptation. I forget if it is or not, but it's probably one of the better ones if it is, along with The Shining, of course, and all the other classic Stephen King adaptations. Number 52, Videodrome. Of course, I've seen this. This is a classic. James Woods, David Cronenberg, of course, another movie by him. This movie's classic. If you haven't seen Videodrome, I'm not going to talk about it, of course, here, because I got to rifle through these. We're only a quarter of the way through. But this film's a classic horror, sci-fi thriller, as they say here. Very short, 87 minutes. So if you're looking for a really creepy, well-acted, well-made, well-done, just awesome movie. In my opinion, a 7.2 on IMDb is way too low for this film. This film should be at least at an 8, in my opinion. This film is like one of my favorites for sure by David Cronenberg. It's probably a perfect movie in my opinion. A 10 out of 10. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I've seen it not exactly a handful of times, but about 2 or 3 that I can recall. And every time the movie's just gotten better in my opinion. It sort of reminds me of like a Lynchian sort of Lost Highway thing, where that Lost Highway got better for me with time, whereas Videodrome, it was the same way. When I rewatched it a couple of years back with a friend of mine who rewatched it with me, I was just blown away with how it stood the test of time. Cronenberg is a phenomenal filmmaker. I'm so proud that we got a Canadian filmmaker who really makes quality movies that are renowned worldwide. Like this guy's a genuine marvel in my opinion. Number 33, Strange Brew, 1983. Rick Moranis, Dave Thomas movie, of course. Max von Sydow is in this as well. Max von Sydow, darned it. Canada's most famous Hoosiers? Hoosiers? Is that how you pronounce it? Hoosiers? Bob and Doug McKenzie get jobs at the El Señor Brewery only to learn that something is rotten with the state of it. Yeah, I think I've seen this movie, but by golly, I don't remember much about it. Honestly, I can't wait to get to the movie Underneath because I haven't seen it, but by God, that rating for it makes me want to see it just to see how bad it is. Um, but yeah, Strange Brew, I don't think I've seen this movie. I may have seen clips of it as a kid or something, or I may have even seen it as a kid, but I don't remember this movie. It's got a 6.7 on IMDb. I'd like to see this movie again because I like Rick Moranis and I wish he stuck it out with acting, but he's got a very tragic story, unfortunately. And I love the guy, and I wish him well even to this day. I adore Rick Moranis. Like I said, I wish he was acting, still. I wish he didn't retire or whatever, but I totally understand why he did. It's a very sad story. If you want to look it up, because I don't want to bring myself down just thinking about it. But yeah, I love Rick Moranis, and I'd be happy to watch anything with him, quite frankly. I think he's just a class act. He's one of my favorite comic actors. Ghostbusters, his performance in Ghostbusters is he's just so great, man. I miss Rick Moranis. I wish we had more. I don't even know if he was a comic per se, because like the only movies I knew him from as a kid were like Ghostbusters, mainly, obviously the first two, the only two in my opinion, and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And I guess he did maybe a sequel or two to that after, but I don't remember those obviously as much as the first one. And I just miss Rick Moranis, between Spaceballs and, what a Little Shop of Horrors. I can't believe I almost forgot about that. Moving on now, before I get too wrapped up in Rick Moranis, we got a 1983 TV movie starring Jim Carrey. It's called Copper Mountain. Haven't seen it, but the reason why I was interested is because it's 60 minutes and it's got a 2.2. 2.2. I want to see this movie for some reason based off of that score. And it's not even a movie length. It's like it's 60 minutes. So, man oh man. So this entry is a joke inspired by the movie. I don't know what the hell that means, but that's a little aside. So maybe this movie doesn't even exist, but it's got 2,000 votes, so... And a 2.2, I mean, if this actually is a movie, like, oh my god, I really want to see this, if that actually exists, and is that loathed by the people that have seen it. I'm really curious now. Number 55, Claire de la Lune. 92-minute drama comedy. Nope, haven't seen it. 56, Fraggle Rock? This is TV, man. Like, I swear I've seen Fraggle Rock before, whatever the hell you call it. Adventures of the various inhabitants of underground civilization. I think I've seen that. Yeah. Lamentations, number 57, Lamentations of a Monument for the Dead World, 1985. Nope. 58, My American Cousin. Nope. 59, Anne of Green Gables. Nope. 60, The Twilight Zone. This is one from 1985 to 84 though, so I'm not familiar with this one. No. MacGyver, we're getting a TV here. Come on, IMDb, you top 200 lion films, boggity boggers you. 62, The Fly, Cronenberg movie, of course. Who hasn't seen this movie? I love this movie. This is a classic from Cronenberg. Might be his best movie. Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis. Everybody's amazing in this. This is an amazing film. This is one of the best remakes of all time. Because it is a remake. You watch the original from the 60s or whenever it came out, and that's like a cheesy... I think it even has Vincent Price in it, if I'm not mistaken, but he has a very small minor role if he is in it. But that movie wasn't very good. They had like a fake fly head for him, and it was super cheesy. Whereas this movie is phenomenal. This is a classic movie. Even people that don't like gory like body horror movies. You know, like this drama, horror, sci-fi. The drama very much takes center stage here. This is just a brilliant movie. You know, this is one of those rare movies that even non-horror fans, you know, like people that I know that don't like horror movies per se, they always bring this up as one of those movies that they like, or at least whenever I talk about it, they're like, "Oh yeah, you know, I really love that Jeff Goldblum movie," and it's just that great. It's just that great of a movie. I feel like if your movie really stands the test of time, you know, it doesn't matter how offended people are by certain things about it. It'll stand the test of time, you know, whether it's too violent or too profanity laced or whatever, you know, or does this thing that triggers these nonsensical, non-thinking morons that we got wandering around the earth today. Anyhow, moving on. 63, the decline of the American Empire. Yeah, damn right I'm moving this closer. 1986, R-rated 101-minute comedy drama. Sexual revelations. Ooh, spicy material here. Ooh, I might want to watch this on my alone time, if you know what I'm saying. Nothing beats some good old wine, eh, guys? Oh, let's not overflow that too much now. I don't want to get myself drunk into a coma now, do I? No! So this next film is for family viewing. It's called 64, and it happens to be called family viewing. Oh no, I got wine on my tan-colored jeans. Oh no, or khakis. I don't know what the hell you call these, but they stain very easily. I gotta watch my piss whenever I do so. Anyhow, number 63, The Decline of the American Empire. This is a R-rated 101-minute comedy drama. Ooh. Sexual revelation. Oh, wait. I already read. Oh, my God. I'm a dummy. Who the hell's in this? Bunch of Frenchies. Number 64. Family Viewing, 1987. No. Forget about it. 65. I've heard The Mermaids Singing. Comedy, drama. No. 66. Anne of Avalia. Oh, wow. The rating on that is really good. 8.4 with over 8,000 votes? This might be a good one, guys. I don't want to judge this one. Oh, but it's 230 minutes long. I'm not watching this, guys. I'm sorry. Bye-bye. 67, Dead Ringers, another Cronenberg movie that I have not seen. I don't think I've seen this one. I do not recall this one. Like, I was thinking for a while that I had seen this, but it must have been another Jeremy Irons movie. Like, I was probably mixing this up with Inland Empire from David Lynch, because I do think Jeremy Irons is in that, if I'm not mistaken. He's only in it for a short time, but he's the lead, obviously, in it. But yeah, I just haven't seen this, but I'd like to, because I love Cronenberg, obviously, and yeah, all of his movies are worth seeing, in my opinion. So number 68, moving on now. I don't even know how long this film is, but it's 68, Hostile Takeover, 1988. 4.9 with 161 votes. A man takes 3 co-workers hostage while working overtime on Thanksgiving weekend. He has no demands. Okay, so there's no plot to this movie. It's just the guy holding people hostage just for the hell of it. I see why this is so divisive. I mean, but it sounds interesting at the same time, but I bet this would be one of those movies that they would probably want to remake, because I guarantee you within the first 10 minutes you probably know exactly how the rest of the film either is going to look or going to pan out, because this is like middle of the road whatever. Okay, number 69. Ooh, my favorite number. Life Classes, 1988. Cape Breton. Nice. I have a buddy from Cape Breton. The Odyssey of a Young Cape Breton Woman as she moves to the big city, Halifax, and supports herself after the birth of her illegitimate child by posing for college art classes. That doesn't sound too bad. That sounds like it might be an interesting movie. 6.7 IMDb, 117 minutes. Nice. Yeah, just under 2 hours. That might be all right. I'm skipping these next three because I don't know what the hell they are, and they're like 3 hours long each, or 4 hours, or what the hell, and I'm skipping Kids in the Hall. You know, I watched a bit of it as a kid with Dave Foley and what have you, but, you know, Kids in the Hall. Okay, Shoot to Kill, 74, Shoot to Kill, 1988, action crime movie. Sidney Poitier, Tom Berenger's in this, Kirstie Allen, Clancy Brown. I love Clancy Brown. Sidney Poitier is a great actor as well, classic actor. I haven't seen this movie though, but you know, this sounds interesting. I like the leads here, and I love Clancy Brown. Kirstie Allen, who is she? Was she married to John Travolta or something? I don't know, and I don't care. I don't know why I retain all this information about celebrities that I just don't care about. Maybe it's because I got nothing better to do with my time. Anyhow, number 75, Jesus of Montreal. Drama, R-rated, 2 hours exactly. Bunch of actors, unorthodox, passion play, blah, blah, blah. Haven't seen it. Catholic Church. Haven't seen it. 7.5, that's pretty good with over 6,000 votes. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Speaking Parts, haven't seen it. 77, Pump Up the Volume, Christian Slater. Haven't seen this movie. 78, Archangel, don't know what the hell this is. Haven't seen it. Looks weird though from the poster. Like the asthmatic, Lost Love, Rise, and Archangel, and I don't know. I feel like I'm so confused even by that synopsis. So moving on here, 79, Re-Entry, nothing on this one. 80, Flesh Angels, again nothing. That's probably a porn. 81, Are You Afraid of the Dark? TV series, pretty good. I watched a lot of that as a kid. 82, The Adjuster. This looks like a softcore porno, like whatever. It's got Elias Cotiez. I like that actor, but this poster gives me the impression that this is having sex literally is pornographic. Okay, so yeah, this obviously is sex, but it's a comedy apparently. So who knows? It might be a funny movie. It might be ha ha funny ha ha winky winky. 83, Naked Lunch. By God, I feel like I keep saying it, but this might be my favorite Cronenberg movie. 83, Naked Lunch. Peter Weller, Judy Davis, Ian Holm. God rest his soul. He just passed away recently. I think he was around the age of 90. You know, rest in peace, Ian. You know, we miss you. You're a very talented man and very talented actor, and seemed like a genuinely good guy. And Naked Lunch, this is a fantastic film. Again, I cannot stress this enough. I genuinely think, at least from looking at this list here, that David Cronenberg is literally the best director from Canada that we've ever had. Like, period. Like, there's no exception in my opinion. This guy has just done it all. And he's still doing it. Like, God knows how old he is right now. Like, he's probably up there with David Lynch and the like. But by God, he just makes great movie after great movie. And I'll probably mention at least like a handful of his other movies throughout this list. So moving on here, like Naked Lunch, if you haven't seen it somehow, by God, just watch these Cronenberg movies. Watch them. And I love how it lists it as just a drama. Like, it's much more than a drama. It's hard to break down Naked Lunch, just what the hell it is, but it's like a hallucinatory, trippy sort of character study it's so weird. I'm trying to describe it, and even like trying to describe it, it doesn't make sense to me, in all honesty. But moving on, 84, Black Robe, 1991. Nope, haven't seen it. 85, Leolo, comedy drama, 1992. Nope, haven't seen this movie. Ugh, this is getting hot. Getting hot and 86, Map of the Human Heart, 1992. Nope. 87, The Boys of St. Vincent, TV movie, 1992. Nope. 88, Careful, 1992. No. 89, 32 short films about Glenn Gould. Who the hell is that? No. 90, Calendar, 1993. That's when I was born. Hey! 1993. Woo! Comedy, drama, romance, 6.9. 74 minute. Nope, haven't seen it. Not bothering. Burying the Dead, Into the Light, 91. 95 minute. Doesn't have a description. I don't give a damn. X-Files. I don't know how the hell this has to do with Canadian anything, but maybe they had, maybe David Duchovny's Canadian? Or maybe Gillian Anderson is? I don't know. I was never the biggest fan of X-Files, but I always liked X-Files as a kid. You know, between you know, it was just so much stuff, even as a kid, to absorb between like old Star Trek and new Star Trek. Like as a kid, for me, it was like either old, as in Shatner, or new, as in Picard or Patrick Stewart. You know, because it was like one or the other. Because the other Star Trek series didn't really clue into me. You know, I was like, Deep Space Nine, what the hell is this? You know, I like that actor, and I'd be curious to dive into some of the better episodes of those series, but like all this TV and all these movies, they just blend together sometimes, and it's just obnoxious, just like me. Anyhow, 93, Exotica. Nope, Bruce Greenwood's in this. Elias Koteas. Mia Kirshner. Ooh. Moving on now, 94, 8, Rest Druez, no? 95, Due South. I always heard this was a good movie, or wait, no, it's not even a movie. I thought it was a movie, because I heard them, like, promoting this on some Canadian channel one night, this Due South, whatever, but it's only 46 movies long, 46 minutes. It's got this Paul Gross guy. I guess this Paul Gross guy is a famous Canadian filmmaker, and I just happen to have never seen any of his films before, so yeah. Anyhow, 96, The Confessional, takes place in the 50s. 16, Unmarried, Pregnant. Wow, not interested. 97, Goosebumps. Yeah, love that show. Love those books. 98, Crash, David Cronenberg. Yeah, this might be my least favorite Cronenberg movie. I mean, I don't remember this movie fondly. I've seen it once, and it's just weird. It's NC-17 on here. They got it rated as, and it's just a weird movie. Okay, and we got Beast Wars, Transformers. I think I've watched a bit of it, and we got Lex on here. And you know what, guys? I'm getting too hot in here, man. I need to turn on my bloody fans. It's 17 tonight, apparently, but it feels like it's 40 in here. So I'm cooking. We're cutting it off here. Maybe we'll do a part 2 to this next year or the day after. Who knows? Whatever I do with my time when I'm bored, I do whatever I do on my time. Do it? Got me? Good. Got me? You got me? You hearing me? You better. Good. Anyhow, guys, drink heavy, drink lots of water, or red wine, and have a wonderful, wonderful day, and happy Canada Day, by the way. Happy Canada Day! Woo!